Welcome to Discussing Dad Life, where we break down bullshit so you don't have to. I'm Void, this is No, and let's go.
Hello, hello. My dad's turning on the lights really fast. Today we are going to be reacting to 3 relationship things.
Why are we doing relationship things?
For people,
Yeah.
for you, from me, because you don't want me to date.
It's not that I don't want you to date. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. I forgot to turn on the lights. So, we're taking care of that.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't want you to date. I do want you to date. I just want you to
Be safe.
be safe, proper mate selection. Right?
Yeah.
Because in today's society, relationships have kind of broken down a little bit. If that makes
A
any
little
sense.
bit.
Okay, quite a bit. Quite a bit.
They've broken
right?
down the entire time we've lived.
Because relationships have always meant, right? People are not the same. Like, and women and men are not the same. We all have different intentions and goals in that relationship. So it behooves you to make sure that you're doing proper mate selection and utilizing the men in your life. So utilizing myself, utilizing your uncle, utilizing your
Which
older
uncle?
brother, any of your uncles. You have how many of them? Like 4?
5, I think.
4 or 5? Then you got a lot of grandpas.
I have. What about great?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Utilizing the men in your life to help make sure that the guy that you're wanting to date and spend your life with is worthwhile, right? Because men can recognize other men's flaws. Women sometimes get stuck in their emotional state, like, oh, the guy's hot, he has this, he has that, but he might not actually be a good guy, right? Sometimes it's not about being hot and flashy. Sometimes it's not about, how much money does he have. It's sometimes you sometimes are going to be better off with a guy that's making $100,000 a year, that has a stable career, has a stable house, has stable finances, but is not super rich.
So, if you're looking for people that have money and that are like rich or billionaires, you're a gold digger.
You can be a gold digger, yeah.
You are a gold digger.
Well, okay, fair. I'm not going to argue too much on this point. I would say that women look for men that can provide security, and in today's world, having lots of money tends to provide that security. I don't
I
like.
just want someone strong, sweet, smart, and can be able to provide.
Yeah.
So that he can protect me.
And a lot of women these days want to be independent boss babes and whatnot, and there's nothing wrong with it. It comes at a cost. It comes at a cost of your sexual purity. It comes at a cost of your attractability, right? Mm-hmm. So there are countless women that are just these young, beautiful women that don't realize that they have a finite amount of time to locate the best man that is going to provide. There's been many studies, and the reason why I want to talk with you about this is because there's lots of studies that show that women derive long-term happiness from having a close-knit family, right? From producing children, by caring. Women are built to want to nurture. So a lot of these older single women that have never had children and stuff are reporting high levels of unhappiness in their life. And I don't want that to happen for you. I want you to be able to find a man that is going to be able to provide, care for you, protect you, that you're going to love.
Protecting is the most important part because I get scared really easily. Like,
yeah.
You know how I used to be scared of like
Everything.
everything.
Yeah, I know. But and then I'm also trying to teach you to love and respect the person that you're with, right? Mm-hmm. And I try modeling these things for you, like what, like when Drake and I when we changed the tire. It's okay. When we changed the tire, right? That is not something that I was going to make you get out of the car and do. I was, especially since it was on your birthday.
You did ask him, like, you want to come out? You want to see how to come out and help me with the tire?
No, I told him he was going to help me with it.
Yeah. You said, come out and help him with the tire. And he's like, I don't know how to switch tires. And you're like, well, I guess you're going to learn today.
Yep. But there was a reason. So there's a difference between you and him with that, right? I'm going to teach you how to change a tire because you need to be able to be self-sufficient. But I also want you to recognize that I want you to be able to do these things on your own, that you don't have to rely on anyone. But
there are some things that you have to be able to do alone.
Yes, you need.
But on other things, you do want someone else to support you.
Yeah.
Like my YouTube channel, even though I've had like 5, because all mine keep getting deleted. You were very supportive on that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if no one else was supportive, I probably wouldn't have done it.
Fair. But
and
I guess
you had noise. No, not noise. Voids. So voids
support.
Void support, my support,
Yeah.
producers support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my main thing is I want to make sure that you understand that relationships are hard. They're especially long distance relationships. You can see that, you're seeing it firsthand with what I'm currently going through, right?
I've seen
And you
a lot
can
of
kind of
those.
see, right? So long distance relationships pose big problems. We have a society in this day and age where it is very conducive to just leaving when things get hard rather than trying to work things out. And then you have all these men that have been getting burnt and hurt in these relationships.
And same with women.
Well, same with women too, but I'm saying men are no longer even wanting to attempt to put any effort into the relationship because all they've been doing is getting hurt in these relationships. So in some ways, it's just easier for men to be like, you know what, I'm just going to say what I need to do and just be the player that, women think that we are already, just because then they're not emotionally invested and they don't get emotionally hurt. Men do have emotions and men will get hurt.
Yeah, I can see that men have emotion.
Yeah. So you want to jump into some of these videos? Let's go to this one first, and then we will.
Am I going to be able to hear her?
Yeah, it's going to come. You ready?
Okay.
Okay, so take it off mute and play.
Most people would agree that relationships are more difficult now than ever because talking became texting, arguments became uncompromised silence, differences became resentment, feelings became subliminal messages, intimacy became selfish pleasure, and the word love gets thrown around like a basketball. Oh, and insecurities have become a way of thinking. Getting jealous has become a habit. Compromise now means that the bar is on the floor, so don't compromise. Trust is hard to come by. Standards are now a long list of expectations. Being hurt is now the norm. Being a victim means that you're valid in hurting others. Doing selfless things has become keeping score. Setting boundaries has become controlling. Partners are now responsible for being our entire world. Having gender roles has become misogynistic. Partner shaming on social media has become common. And leaving has somehow become the first option. No, if you have something that's worth it, do not take it for granted. Fight for it and do not let it go so easily. Trust me. I think that
What do you think?
That is absolutely true.
Yeah? The entire thing?
Some of it.
We'll break it down then. You want me to play it and pause it after each statement, and you can tell me what your thoughts are?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that.
most people would agree that relationships are more difficult now than ever because
Are relationships more difficult now than ever? This one's kind of hard for you to know because you've really never, you're just now getting to the point where relationships are going to become a thing. You've never had one really before. And you don't know what it was like 10, 12, 15, 20 years ago, right?
No, I do not think that.
You don't think that?
No.
You don't think relationships are harder now than they were ever before? You think they were always this difficult?
I think that all relationships are difficult.
Yep. Okay, so
Mostly because a lot of things from like history back in the day, women couldn't do certain things. Women couldn't do that. Women couldn't do this. Men were really controlling and Like,
Do you think men were controlling?
some men were.
I think, well, yeah, there are obviously men that are going to be controlling. But do you think that in the past that all men were controlling?
No.
No. I would argue that men weren't controlling in the past. It's the same as now. We have certain standards that we want to have met. And she even says it a little later on in the video, and we'll touch on it more in depth when she touches it. But the first one she's talking about is because texting or talking became texting. Is texting more difficult or to express your thoughts and feelings through than texting?
So, yes, because
You when you text, you can't convey emotion,
so
right?
I text my friends, right?
Yeah.
And this one friend, you know her, and so I text her, and we're not best friends, but we're really close friends, and so like we like doing voice messages, but sometimes you can't do voice messages. Like, I can't do them to your girlfriend, because it just like won't allow me. Because I don't know why.
Oh, well, I'll help you out with that. Okay.
Okay, and so she doesn't do voice messages because she can't. From where like she doesn't have a phone.
That does that. Yeah.
Yeah, like she doesn't have the stuff that I have on my phone.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I was just. Don't worry about it. Just.
And so she doesn't really do voice messages, but I do because I like hearing people's voices. Like I like when you call me when I'm at Mom's house, or when Mom calls me when I'm at your house, because I like hearing their voices.
Okay.
And like hearing them express, because it gets me really confused when.
So you're hitting on the point that I'm trying to make, which is the best communication is face-to-face communications, because there are when humans communicate, we don't communicate just with our voice. We don't communicate just with our words. We communicate with our face, our body language.
I was gonna wait. Body language.
Okay, so face-to-face communication is very important. So relationships, the best form of communication in a relationship is obviously going to be face-to-face, right? Because physical touch is very important. It shows affection and it helps create bonding between you and your partner. It also allows you to read facial expressions and body language. You can see whether or not they're pulling away or leaning in towards you, stuff like this, right? So face-to-face communication is very important. If you can't do face-to-face, let's say you're long distance, right? Because let's face it, the world is a lot smaller in this day and age than it ever has been in before. We now have the capability of having long distance relationships, which poses a whole plethora of problems. But talking, being able to actually hear one's voice and hearing the emotions in one voice, or nice nowadays where you can actually video chat, so you can still see the facial expressions.
When you would video chat me when you were with your girlfriend in Costa Rica.
Yeah, I made it a point. I'd video chat you and your brothers.
Sometimes it wouldn't let me it wouldn't let you and me video chat, but it was really nice when I got to see both of your guys' faces.
Yeah.
And I got to hear both of you talk.
Yep. Because hearing that voice. So when it devolves into texting, and this is one thing that I absolutely dislike in relationships, is when it's solely based on texting, is because you can't adequately communicate your emotions, your intentions, your feelings through a text. And there's a lot. So if I were to text you something and I was mad at you, you might interpret it as being funny. I think Key and Peele did a really good skit about that, where this one guy's getting so upset and he's getting mad, and the other guy's just trying to be like, he's all like happy. Oh yeah, we could do it right now. It's absolutely hilarious, because that's the problem with just texting. So her bringing this up because talking became texting. Because
people, instead of talking, now they text, and it's really hard to like one time when she was trying to be when someone were texting me and they were trying to be funny, I was like, "Are you mad at me?" And they're like, "No, I'm just trying to be funny." And I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Because I thought they were mad at me.
Gotcha.
And then one time when they were...
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
Because talking became texting. Arguments became uncompromised
Arguments became uncompromised silence. Do you know what she's meaning by that?
I'm so mad at you.
No, well, No, it became where if you did some, so let's say you're dating someone and you said something that offended him, and rather than addressing it, he just went silent on you. That's part of the problem, is because in a relationship, you're not going to see everything eye to eye all the time. And you're going to say something stupid. You're going to do something stupid. Mm-hmm. And rather than talking it out, people will just ignore your phone call, or people will just, whatever. Now, I get ignoring calls for a short period of time because you are upset, so you're not saying something stupid. That makes sense. That's a really good choice of action. But you shouldn't let it fester for a long period of time. Like if you need an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours to calm down to the point where, hey, let's actually discuss it so that way you're in control, perfectly fine.
Or if you discuss it right then and there and say, I need a little while away from you.
Yeah. But it is definitely something you need to avoid, is just ghosting someone because they pissed you off. That's not cool.
I have
Ready?
a question.
Oh,
This might be off track, but when you're with me, why don't you cuss that much?
So I've been making a conscious effort to not swear in front of you and your brothers as much anymore. I used to think cussing was not a huge issue, and because I thought that, I started swearing more and more and more in my daily common use of the words, or my daily talking with people. But what I realized is while I don't find it offensive and I find it to be completely acceptable, not everyone finds it acceptable. So I try not to swear as much. I'm making a conscious effort to do better by you and your brothers and her. We've also talked about it too.
Yeah.
So, okay, moving on.
Silence. Differences became resentment.
Differences became resentment.
I don't know what resentment means.
So resentment means you harbor ill feelings for someone because of the things that they do. So like how you like horses a lot. You want horses, right? Rather than me, that's a difference between you and I. I don't like horses, don't really want horses.
You don't like animals.
I'm not a huge animal fan, just because I don't have the time to take care of them and I don't want to invest that much time or money into them. Mm-hmm. But you do, right?
Yes.
So rather than me resenting you for having the desire to do that, or even her because she loves animals as well.
Yeah.
Right? You guys love these things. So rather than having any resentment for you guys wanting to spend time and energy and money with these animals, I'm not going to resent you for it. I'm going to be supportive of it. But as long as you guys understand and don't resent me for not wanting to have as much time or energy or money invested in it.
No, your work's very busy.
So, does that make sense?
But you still come to fair.
I try to do everything I can to make sure that the things that are important to you, the things that are important to her, the things that are important to your brother, these are things that I will make time to do, because one is I care for all of you. You guys are very important to me. And the things that you do, the support that I can provide you, that's my job, is to give you guys. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So but what she's saying by differences are now lead to resentment. Resentment is just mean like, oh, you want to go and go spend the day at the beach, but I don't want to go spend the day at the beach. Rather than being resenting that you're going to the beach,
you should say, no, thank you.
I don't want to go to the beach. You have fun at the beach. That people don't support each other's the partner's goals in life anymore. Right?
I like the beach.
Yeah.
I just don't like getting wet.
Feelings become subliminal messages. That's what she's saying now.
Feelings became subliminal messages.
Do you know what feelings becoming subliminal messages are?
I don't know what's
So, rather than expressing your feelings through voice or through communication with your partner, you expect your partner to understand your feelings.
That's stupid.
It's impossible to know, especially if you're a woman. So when you start dating a man, I'm going to let you know right now, men are absolutely horrible about reading emotions. We're not as emotionally intelligent as women are, naturally, biologically built. We don't pick up on social cues as easy. Some men pick it up really easy. Some men struggle really hard. Just like some women are actually bad at it, and most women aren't. But if you were to take averages between men and women tend to have a higher chance of picking up an emotional or be more emotionally intelligent than men.
Yeah.
So, intimacy became selfish pleasure. That means that you don't care about your partner's needs. You only care about your needs. Right? That's what that's saying. And that's true. That became that I know that one firsthand. I'm not going to go into much detail on that one, but I've seen that one in play.
Intimacy became selfish pleasure, and the word love gets thrown around like a basket.
And this one's actually really important. The word love gets thrown around like a basketball.
Okay.
Do you know what this means?
First. Yes. So, that is very true. So in one of our not latest, but the one where, like, have we done the cheating one? Oh yeah, the cheating one. The one where the man finds out that he has been cheated on for a while. Mm-hmm. And with his girlfriend. So, see how I was talking about gold diggers? Gold diggers, most of the time, they don't love you. And they just say,
yeah,
I love you. And that gets thrown around like a basketball, like she's saying.
Yep.
Because like basketballs get thrown around a lot because of the game. The word love is also getting thrown around like a basketball, like feelings is a game for some people.
Yeah.
And like love is a game.
Okay.
Did I kind of sum it up?
That's a good one. Yeah. Most people don't understand what love is this day and age. They just use the word. Yeah. That is a pretty good sum up. It is a pretty good sum up.
Right here hurts.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, and insecurities have become a way of thinking. Getting jealous.
Insecurities have become a way of thinking. You and I just actually literally had this conversation on the way downstairs.
We did?
Yeah. We'll talk about it off screen a little bit more. But yeah, people have insecurities. Men, women, we all have insecurities. We all don't know if our value is worth.
Yeah, like some people have a lot of insecurities, and then it becomes...
Insecurities have just become kind of the normal thinking. Like, because trust is so low in this day and age between men and women.
And people try and hide their insecurities.
And so people try hiding their insecurities. They try overplaying confidence and stuff like that. Yeah, there's lots that goes into this. Getting jealous has become a habit.
This has become a habit. Compromise now means that the bar is on the floor, so...
Compromise. So...
I thought we were going to do jealous is now a habit.
Jealousy has become a habit in this day and age because it goes back to what we were just talking about, the insecurities, right? So people can get insecure. The trust between men and women while dating is kind of low because you don't know if you truly don't know if you it's an act of belief in this day and age.
Yeah.
To say, yes, I'm going to trust you that you are being sincere with me, right? Mm-hmm. And in all reality, that's all you can do at this point is...
Most people get jealous because...
They're insecure.
Or their partner...
is giving them reasons to.
Is giving reasons or is hanging out with other people that...
So if it's a girl and they're hanging out with a bunch of other guys,
you will get jealous because you will think.
I don't think that's wrong to get jealous in that situation because, I mean... Because one of the main things men look for is fidelity in relationships. So if you're talking to other guys, even if they're just friends...
It makes the man jealous.
It can lead to jealousy, right?
Like, even I would get jealous if I was a man and I was dating this lady and she had a whole bunch of friends that were boys. I would get really jealous.
Yeah. And then if you were, on the flip side, if you're dating a man and you're a woman and that guy has a lot of female friends,
I would get jealous.
You would get jealous as well.
I would probably.
Right? It's a natural response.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the only reason
Insecurities.
you're jealous is because the trust level between men and women has degraded so much. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we've hit the point on this one. We can switch to the next one, which is this is what women don't understand about men. Whoops. Sorry, guys.
Why male friendships seem to last a lifetime is because they lack depth. Most men do not prioritize intimacy and emotional connection the way women do in our female friendships.
You said it perfectly right there. Men don't prioritize certain things like women do in their friendships. We're different. Apparently, according to what y'all are saying, women seek friendship in order to get support. Men seek out friendship to get a break from being support. I'm not about to trauma dump on you and force you to be my emotional support. There's no pressure to spend any time with me. I ain't got to worry about how I say something just because you're going to get offended. And I'm not going to hold it against you for being unavailable because life gets busy. I don't need you to pay for nothing for me. I don't need you to give me no gifts. I don't need you to be a daily support system. Because women don't understand that the greatest gift men offer each other is the gift of not having to do shit.
The reason why male...
Does that make sense? What do you think? You're processing, I can tell.
No, I'm thinking.
That's what I meant. Processing, thinking.
Oh, yeah, then I'm processing.
You want me to give my thoughts on this while you're thinking?
Okay, so. Here you go.
Okay. So I agree with what the man says in this one. And so friendships with men is very different than friendships that women seek out. So you know me as in the role of me being your father, right? You see the amount of efforts I put in to make sure that I'm going to your volleyball games, or I'm going to your cheer recitals, or I'm going to your 4-H events or your fair events, right?
Yeah.
You see the effort I put in to make sure I pick you up from school, and I bring you out to dinner, and I spend time with you, and I ask about how your day is, and I help you with your homework, right? Those are things I'm doing, right?
Yeah, you're gonna help me with my homework.
As soon as we're done with this, we're going to actually go work on homework, yeah.
And then it's gonna take me somewhere.
But you see that what I'm doing is supporting you in all your endeavors, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't do that just for you. I do that for your brother. I do that for your little brother.
You do that for like almost everyone. You also support me in my drawing.
With what?
In my drawing and my candle business.
Yeah, you're drawing your candle business. I support her, right? Mm-hmm. Quite a bit, don't I? So I'm supporting 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 immediate people that mean a lot to me, that I am willing to invest so much time and energy to make sure you guys are all taken care of, right? And then it's not only that. I also support your aunts, my sisters.
You do.
My grandma, or your grandma, my mom. Sorry, not my grandma. Your grandma, my mom, right? Your cousins, right? All the family. I am putting in effort and energy when they need something. I am there to make sure that I can help them in any way I can, right? Sometimes it's just being there to listen to them and let them vent. Sometimes it's sitting down with you and making candles. Sometimes it's whatever. So you're going to make the mic fall. Stop doing that.
You're supposed to be that.
You're fine. You just keep pulling it out, so it's going to fall like it did the other day. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That scared me.
Right. So I'm sitting here and I am a support structure for so many different people. And some of it is more supportive or structurally sound than others, right? You and your brothers, I am your foundation. Her, I have put myself in the position to be her foundation because I believe in her that much.
You're like part of my foundation. Mom's also a lot of my foundation.
Mom's there too, right? I'm talking
like,
me
someone
specifically.
That has got me like into all of this so that you can be my foundation.
So what I'm saying is I'm only talking about me. I'm not excluding anyone else from being your support. You have support from other people. Your uncles support you. Your mom supports you. Mm-hmm. Your mom's boyfriend supports you, right? Yeah. You have a lot of support structure around you. I'm going from my perspective of I am a foundation for you. I'm not your only foundation, but I am a foundation. So my friends, when I'm with my friends, I'm not a support foundation for them. They are a break from me from having to worry about making sure that you're at school and feeling well, or that she is safe in another country, right? These are things that I don't have to think about, because you guys mean so much to me that I spend a lot of my time and my energies working to make sure that I'm providing you, your brothers, your sister, and her a life of relative ease, because I want to make sure you guys are successful. I want to support you in your life. But when I'm with my friends, I don't have to worry about them. I can take a break.
Wait, why'd you say sister? I don't have a sister. You said your sister.
Your brothers. Did I say sisters? I meant brothers.
Okay.
Right. So this video is not wrong. The guy is absolutely correct that men look for different things in a relationship. We're not looking for a support in our relationship. Does that mean like we don't need it? No, that doesn't mean we don't need it. Like I have a friend that's, a family member as well that is more of a friend, or that is a close friend. And I was feeling a little down. I said, hey, bud, feeling a little down. Came up, gave me a hug. Oh, you got this. And then, cool, thank you. Then we bullshitted, right? So just because we have friends, our main goal in that friendship is not to have a support function. Granted, we can get that if we need it.
I like having friends because I'm lonely if I don't have friends.
Yeah, fair. So
I need to repeat that in the mic.
okay, moving on to the next one. Now, I told you, I warned you this one has some obscene language, so I'm sorry, but we're going to listen to it, okay?
Perfectly fine.
Hearing pussy is power. It's trash. Throw it out. It's a gabillion good coochies out here. If your man gives you a blueprint and tells you, this is how I want you to love me, this is how I want you to tend to me, cater to me, nurture me, whatever, so that I could be content in this relationship, why are you not listening? You don't go to a job and they give you the job description and you fucking wing it. So why are you winging it in your relationship and expecting the man to, be loyal to you? I'm confused. But you want a man to love you in your love language. Women need to stop that one-sided ish. I can't stand it. I don't like it. If you two choose to come together and y'all verbalize things, why not respect it? Don't you think that would make the relationship go much easier? It's like y'all make it harder and then you wonder why this man is unhappy. He told you what he wanted, Latasha. You didn't listen because you thought your pork chop was enough to keep him. It's a lot of pork chops out here. Do better. I'm tired of hearing pussy is...
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's go. You know what love languages are, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what they are?
Kind of.
Okay. So I pulled up the love languages from Oprah Daily real quick. So let's just go through them. Words of affirmation is one love language. These are verbal expressions of care and affection. Think, thanks for putting the kids to bed, or you look really nice today. Typically, the less generic and more specific the words, the more meaningful they feel the recipient. Conversely, insults can be particularly upsetting to people who favor words of affirmation. Gifts, tangible and intangible items that make you feel appreciated or noticed, right? Acts of service, doing something helpful or kind for your partner. Quality time is part of every relationship, but people who experience this as a love language will feel the benefits more keenly and crave time where both people are present without distraction. Physical touch, physical expressions of love, whether sexual or more platonic, such as holding hands, a back scratch, a hug, a kiss, or intercourse. The absence of such can leave these individuals feeling isolated in a relationship. So those are the 5 love languages, okay, Olivia? Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, Moo. Sorry. I know. Sorry. It's okay.
Why'd you sing? You always call me Moo or Olive. I don't know how you slipped up on that one.
I know. So, these are the 5 love languages. So what she's saying in there, in this video right here, in this one, is she's tired of women using their womanly possessions.
No. We call them pork chops.
Yeah, pork chops. Tired of using their pork chops to think that that's everything that there is in a relationship. Now, yes, that is very important to men. However, one pork chop is very similar to the next pork chop, to the next pork chop, to the next pork chop. Men don't really care specifically about which pork chop it is. Okay. Where I think women tend to break down, and I really hope you understand this, is because when you get in a relationship with a man, you need to set yourself apart from the other women in the world, right? You need to hold his attention. You need to do this. And the way you do that is by listening to what that man needs, right? Going in there and making yourself a valuable asset to him. Because he's already, if he's dating you and you make yourself a valuable asset to him, he is going to take exactly that energy you put into him and turn it right back into you. So let's say you want to be a millionaire by the time you're 35, right? And you have a business idea, or you need help with that, and you have a man standing next to you that you put respect and love into, and you've made yourself, endeared yourself to him. He's going to do everything in his power to make sure that your goal is also reached, because that's what men do. Men want to be a supportive structure in the people that they care about's lives. Okay?
That's true.
So what she's saying is stop thinking that just because you're a young, beautiful woman, that you have all the power. You don't. If you're in a relationship, you should prioritize your relationship. Yes.
So, I would like to know.
Yes.
What did you find in her? Why did you want... Okay, I had it much better in my mind. Why did you like her?
Why did I want to be with her?
Yes.
The girl that I'm dating.
Yes.
Okay.
The lady.
The woman that I'm dating.
The lady.
Okay.
Mature?
You want to know the qualities or the aspects of what she brings to the relationship that makes me endeared to her?
Then, like, why did you want to date her? What do you think? Do you think she, like? What do you think she wanted with, like? And why do you think she wanted to date you?
So, I can tell you what she highlighted to me is when she met you and your brothers, she was very nurturing and kind. She is very respectful when we're together.
Very.
Very respectful.
Very.
She is ambitious, but she doesn't let her ambition dictate her behavior, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And she is absolutely gorgeous. Probably the most beautiful woman I've ever laid my eyes on. So there's lots of things that endeared me to her, but I think the ones that endeared me the most to her was how powerful her femininity was.
What does that mean?
She has so men and women have masculine and feminine traits, right? Men typically have more masculine traits than feminine traits. Women typically have more feminine traits than masculine traits. Mm-hmm. So feminine traits are very attractive to men, and her feminine traits really spoke volumes to her. Uh-huh. So she utilized her feminine ability in a way to, rather than being masculine, demanding, domineering, she was more reserved. She had this way of expressing herself, that her desires, her wants, her needs, in a way that showed that she isn't
mean.
It's not necessarily mean, but she was very good at, or she's very good at expressing her feminine qualities, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I'm trying to explain it. I can tell you that I do truly care for her, and I think she's worthwhile to express, and I think she'd be a great role model for you and your brothers.
She is a great role model for me right now.
Yeah.
For now. Yeah.
So.
What do you think Okay, let me say it in the mic. What do you think she liked about you that wanted her to get with you?
I think she's how much I am willing to do for you and your brother, and what it willing to do for her shows. I think that that's what she finds attractive in me, is that I'm willing, or what I do to make sure that you guys are all cared for, safe, taken care of. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how that all goes.
Was that the last one?
Yeah, this was the last one. But yeah, it's this one I think was very important to go, is because I want to make sure you understand that in your relationship you need to put him first. The relationship should come first.
Wait, what about pets and animals?
What do you mean?
Like, say if I have like my dog Toasty still, and like Onyx, and all of those animals.
You can have all of these things, right? I'm not saying you need to get rid of everything and solely focus on him. That's not what that's saying. What I'm saying is you need to make sure that in the relationship that you have with a man, you need to make sure that he's feeling the love that he needs. You need to figure out his love language, right? So I can tell you, my love languages are physical touch and quality time. Those are my two big ones. I'm not really big on acts of service.
Can I add another love language?
No, because there's only these 5.
Fine. Can I add one that a lot of people like?
What do you mean?
Being able to talk.
That would be words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, my big one is physical touch and quality time, which is why long distance relationships for me are hard. Right, because think about it. Long distance relationships, it's already hard enough having a relationship when you're together, right? Because you do have separate lives. I have things that I got going on in my life, and the partner would have other things going on in their lives, right? Mm-hmm. So being able to come together and spend that quality time when you do have it, which leads to physical touch, the hand holding, the putting the hand on the leg. I mean, I posted yesterday, one of the simplest things that men enjoy is just when you're sitting on the couch spending time together, just having her come and put her head on your leg or put her head on your shoulder. It's one of the most relaxing things. So being together in the same house is already hard enough to maintain a relationship. Long distance adds a huge problem in front of it. So it's interesting, but yeah. All I know is I'm hoping to instill in your brothers behaviors that attract a quality woman, and I'm hoping to instill in you values that basically tell you it's okay to be ambitious, but also to make sure that you're looking at the mate selection properly.
It's glitchy again.
Right? It's okay.
Okay.
It's fine. Okay, are we doing anything else? Are we good?
Oh yeah. Just a reminder. Make sure you comment on Wednesday's video. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out, 'cause you have to name this little guy and 2 other little guys.
Yep. And sorry, guys, the recording is starting to get a little hiccupy. It looks like I got too much stuff running. So apologize. All right, are we ending it there? Do you have any messages that you want to put?
Weight stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let me know if you guys want me to talk about the dieting that I've been on. I'm doing intermittent fasting and high protein intake versus low carb intake.
And another reminder, if you won the things, please reach out to us.
Yep. Yeah, the winners, go back and watch our last live. Get a hold of us. You have until, Let's put a time frame on this. You have until
next Monday.
Wow, what is going on with my computer?
I don't know.
No, till next Monday. So, well, till the 10th. You have until March 10th.
March 10th.
Cool. Anything else you want to say, or are we good to say goodbye?
I think we can say peace.
Peace it. Thank you for watching. Please give us a like, share, and subscribe. Till then, peace.